Hello everyone, Melisandre here with another shoutcast of Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm. Today we're going to have another game from Sieara, but tomorrow I will be casting a Zavadar game for a little bit of a mixture. If you do have game recording that you'd like to send me and you'd like to be cast, send me an email at melisandre@gmail.com, just like the name of my YouTube channel. And without further ado, let's get right into the game. So today's game is going to be on the Haunted Mines. The Haunted Mines is a map where there are actually two mines, an overland and an underground area. The underground area is where you can find a bunch of undead minions, and when you kill them, they drop skulls. 100 skulls can be found in the underground area in total, and a team who captures more of the skulls will have a more powerful Grave Golem, with the number of skulls determining the strength of the Grave Golem. The Grave Golem is an NPC-controlled minion with a large health pool and attack, as well as special abilities, that will push down one of your lanes and assist in the destruction of enemy structures. The important thing about this map is to balance control of the overland and the underground map. I've seen a lot of teams that focus so much on the underground maps and need all five that the enemy is able to split up their forces and to take more objectives by having a few people in the underground and then a few on the upper ground as well, being able to push effectively while also getting a few of the skulls as well. So today, Sieara is going to be playing Stitches. Looks like she's going into this bottom lane right now to be with Kerrigan and Tyrande on Robert and Ambulance. Oh, wonderful that we have some names that are actually pronounced for once. Sometimes these character names are a little bit difficult to actually say. So she's looking at her level 1 traits, deciding what she wants to take. She has quite a few options at level 1. And looks like she's hovering over most of her Regeneration Master. And looks like she is going to think about it. Comparing herself, she is going to take Regeneration Master. What that does is for every 3 of the health globes they pick up from the dead little wizard minions, Stitches will gain a permanent 3 health per second of regen. This will also stack for every 3 health globes that she picks up, and by the end of the game, this can be a significant amount of health regen in a fight. So she's going to be in this lane with a support and an assassin, so they have a good balance in this lane. However, Kerrigan is actually roaming up to the top lane. Looks like she might want to go for a gank in that lane, leaving just Stitches and Tyrande in this bottom lane alone. Not very much damage to these two, and they are going to be in a 3v2. Stitches on the enemy team does get the pull on Ambulance, and she tries to get away on Tyrande. Sieara taking a bit of hit as well, does get the stunned by Kerrigan's spikes coming out of the ground. He's going to throw out his hook, and he does get Modekeke on Kerrigan. Quite a name there, I'll probably call her just Mod. We also have Weber and Trance in this bottom lane for the enemy team. So good damage onto the enemy Kerrigan. Ambulance healing herself up with her heal on Tyrande. And the enemy with superior numbers are pushing in toward this first line of structures. Hooking out again is going to hit on Trance, on the Barbarian, but the hook coming out of Weber is going to hit Sieara as well, pulling him right back. Now, they're just pushing down these minions, picking up those health globes. 2 of the enemy heroes have gone away for now, maybe going back for some health from the health shrine, can't be sure. You can see Weber is actually revealed. Ambulance on Tyrande has hit him with her Flying Bird ability, where it reveals the enemies hit by it for up to 8 seconds. Mod is now pushing down, does get hooked again by Sieara. Good job by Sieara landing those hooks, getting a little harassed. Stun coming onto Weber from Tyrande. Now, one of the things I've noticed in this game is people tend to just push the minions constantly. And I'm not entirely sure that is actually the best strategy. They tend to just spam their abilities and push the minions. But since you don't actually have to hit the minions at all, you just have to be nearby to get experience from them, the only interest you really have in the minions, if you aren't actually trying to get to the enemy structures, which you really can't do with these 2 blue heroes to push them back, all you can really do is get experience. So the actual hitting of the minions is almost completely unnecessary, to be honest, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with letting the minions push themselves and just putting all of your focus on just harassing the enemies. I've seen quite a few games on some ranged heroes that it can effectively 2v1 against melee heroes, or excuse me, 1v2 against melee heroes, because the melee heroes sit in the minion line, constantly push, and then the ranged hero just constantly harasses them and gets them down and pushes them out of lane. Because the enemy heroes are so focused on killing these minions, which is, to be honest, almost completely unnecessary as long as you're nearby. Hook coming out is going to land on Ambulance from Weber, however she's going to heal herself, and his allies were not there to try to assist with any more CC. The next trait is available, and Sieara is going to probably look like she's looking at a few. She is going to take Toxic Gas. The passive, or the combat trait for Stitches, is an area of effect poison field around him when he takes damage, dealing damage per second. By taking that, it increases the duration of the poison once it has applied to someone, as well as the area of effect around Stitches that can be affected. Heal coming out of Ambulance, keeping Sieara topped off. Throwing the hook out is only going to hit a minion, however. Hook out from the enemy Stitches, however, is going to land on Sieara. Sieara taking her down to half health from all of those hits. Going to go back and take this health shrine now. A little bit of heal coming out of Ambulance as well. The mines, however, have opened up, and all 3 of the enemy heroes have gone down into that mine. Right now, it looks like Sieara and Ambulance are going to continue to push this bottom lane, just grabbing up that health globe. And it looks like their allied heroes on the top lane have gone down into the mines as well. Some of the red heroes do stay on the top lane, and now Sieara and Ambulance are going down. However, the 3 enemy heroes they were previously laning against are right here, and in a 3v2 situation, they will lose, especially with the low damage output from Ambulance and Sieara. Ambulance as well, very low on mana, can't do more than auto attacks at this point. They just kind of pop in, pop out, going back and forth, trying to find a way to get into these mines. But those 3 enemy heroes are just camping the entrance right now, not letting them get in here. And that could work to the blue team's advantage eventually, having the eventual 3v2 actually from that top lane discrepancy. If those 3 heroes in the bottom lane are constantly just at this gate. Oh, Weber has come back up into the top area, just pops right back down into that mine. Sieara has come, though, chasing after him, does land the pull on him, and here comes Turtles on Nova from the top lane. They are going to get the kill on Good, stun coming out of Ambulance there. They are going to get the kill on the enemy Stitches. So now it's going to be a 5v4 in this underground area. Tassadar on Curb Stomp is very low, but he has his entire team here to assist him. Looks like Turtle wants to go in for that Grave Golem, this kind of large minion boss, which does drop 20 skulls, I believe, when killed. So Sieara and Turtle are going to try to 2v1 this, something that they're perfectly capable of doing. Sieara using her 20% max heal to do some damage as well as healing herself. However, the enemy team has shown up. 3 of them are here. Trance has gone a little bit too far on the Barbarian, and I don't think this is a good decision. It's 2v3 at this point, basically, right now. Trance has fallen very low. However, the Grave Golem does fall right when the enemy team is in the middle of it, so they do pick up a lot of those skulls. Curb Stomp goes very low. Trance, using her Whirlwind, does get the damage with the help of Tyrande. Sieara now is very low herself. The stun does come out, and she does get killed. Good job by the red team to really contest that Grave Golem, and to get a lot of them, actually, by being right in the middle when it does fall. Still a 2v2 in this area. Tyrande has gone very low, did have invisibility with a little bit from her trait on her heal, but she does eventually fall. Robert now trying to escape from the Nova on Sneaky Peanut, and is he going to fall? Yes, the enemy Nova does get that kill. But they do get the revenge kill from Turtle on the blue team's Nova. At the end of the day, looking at the experience, blue team does have a slight lead in experience over the red team. They are level 9, so they probably will hit level 10 first. Curb Stomp has gone into this bottom lane. Sieara is close to follow. Looks like not all the skulls have yet been taken, actually. Blue team will be in the lead, though, so they will have the more powerful Grave Golem when all these skulls are collected. The Grave Golem will not spawn until they have been all collected, so it's perfectly possible for the Grave Golems to never actually spawn on the map if no one actually finishes cleaning out those skulls. Sierra thought about following Kerrigan into those mines for a second, but decided just to continue pushing this lane, get experience for her team, try to get that level 10. All the skulls have been collected, so you can see the 63 to 37 skulls is going to be the more powerful Grave Golem for the blue team. Sierra pushing now into the spot lane, going to get some damage down on these turrets, using her smash, getting some damage. And you can see her poison actually affecting these minions there, that kind of brownish green part of the health bar. Level 10 has been hit by the blue team, and if they were to fight right now, that would be in their advantage. She's going to take Gorge, an ability that eats an enemy hero for 3 seconds, doing damage to them each second, and then regurgitating them out of her stomach wherever she happens to be when the 3 seconds is up. I've seen a lot of Stitches use this ultimate in combination with a trait called Sprint, which is an active ability, giving the character, or in this case, Stitches, bonus movement speed for up to 3 seconds. By combining that with the Gorge ability, it allows Stitches to run in, and both these turrets are out of ammunition, so this is going to be an easy take for the blue team. But with that Sprint ability, it allows Sierra or anyone who wants to play Stitches to quickly run in, gorge someone, run back, possibly through their own gate, locking an enemy hero behind the gate so they can't escape, and helping them pick up that kill with the Gorge ability, even if the damage itself is not enough. Teamfight, however, breaking out. One person has fallen for the red team. Sneaky Peanut, good pull on Sierra, pulling it back in for the kill secure. The Barbarian has shown up to try to help this push back this Grave Golem push, but with 3 blue heroes, the Grave Golem and Mercenaries, a good amount of Mercenaries in this bottom lane, this fort is certainly going to fall for the red team. Looking like the health bar at the top, you can see the red team's Grave Golem is under half health now, whereas the blue team's Grave Golem is almost full, if not actually full health. Top lane, however, they do have their own Siege Mercenaries. Kerrigan is up there as well to help push in that 1v1 situation in that top lane. No, 1v2 actually. By using her ultimate, that AoE ability, doing damage every second, and the good shield is allowing her 1v2. She does get the kill on Nova, but the time warp coming out of Curb Stomp on Tassadar is going to get the revenge kill. Sierra, however, has come back into the top lane to try to assist them push back this Grave Golem. Just one more hit, and the Grave Golem does fall right before he uses his AoE smash ability, which would stun enemies within that area. Now they're taking down that Siege Mercenary, so it doesn't outrange the turrets and doesn't continue to push, using that smash to bash down those minions. In the bottom lane, the Grave Golem for their team is now just under half health, and they are doing probably good damage to the structures of the inner wall of the enemy's base. Curb Stomp and Sieara are going to continue to push this top lane. One of them has pinged the mercenaries in this top lane. However, Sierra's going to keep pushing. Going to go ahead and get those stacks. She currently has 4 stacks of that health regen, giving her an extra 12 health per second of regen. And although it doesn't sound like very much, if you consider the amount how quickly that can stack up, that could be very significant by the late portions of the game. Slam hitting all 3 of these structures here in this top lane, this first tier of walls. Gates under half health. Both towers are also pretty low, and they're all under half ammunition, so the next wave of minions might allow Sieara to push down this first tier of structures without any resistance. The red team, however, has pushed back the Grave Golem in that bottom lane, but most of the mercenary camps have been taken for the blue team. You can see on the minimap the little faces, those are the mercenary camps, and a blue or red face indicates camps that have been already taken by one of the teams, yellow being one that has not been taken. Siege mercenaries in this top lane assisting Sieara, but Alaglo and Nova, Sneaky Peanut, in this top lane going to push him back. Alaglo getting down to quarter health does land the stun on Sieara, but Sneaky Peanut on Nova doesn't seem to have any interest in actually chasing for the kill, rather choosing to just take down these Siege mercenaries. Alaglo going a little bit low, uses her stealth, but does have her stealth revealed by the good slam on Sieara. Stun coming out does land, helping keep Alaglo alive. Sieara does get slowed by the ultimate from Alaglo, but a good eagle coming across from Tyrande in the bottom lane actually gets that kill. Very good use of that global eagle ability. Now it looks like they're going to get a kill on Kerrigan as well, getting stunned up by Robert, slowed by Curb Stomp, and good damage coming out of Turtle S on Nova, helping to get that kill. But Robert now is going to fall. Sieara tries to go up to stop that, block that triple tap coming out of Sticky Peanut, but was not able quite to get there in time. A little bit of a smash coming out of Sieara. Looks like they are going to get this top fort, however, as 1v3 in this top lane. Sneaky Peanut cannot defend this. That fort does go down, and Sieara looks like she might want to back up a little bit, but she's going to keep pushing with her team. Tyrande is in this bottom lane, likely assisted by their 5th player as well. No, Kerrigan actually still dead, waiting on her death timer, as you can see in the top left. However, the mines are going to be opening up in 5 seconds. Sieara is half health, probably wants to go back and heal. Looks like she's not quite sure. There she is going to mount up and heading on back. Is she going to go into these mines, or is she going to go back to heal? Looks like Sierra's going to go right down into these mines to help her allies to push down and capture these skulls. So 3 of their heroes are in this mine. Tyrande has taken the lower entrance, and Kerrigan has just come back to life. You can see her in their base, leaving now on the minimap. Many of the red heroes, however, are currently MIA. You can only see Stitches for the enemy team in that bottom lane just a few seconds ago, but it's very well they could have come down into these mines. So they need to watch out from the enemy team coming in. Sure enough, there's the Barbarian. She throws out her spear. Does not land, however. That would be her gap closer. Maud does miss her pull on Kerrigan as well. Oh, and a pull! I think Sierra was going for the pull on Maud there. Didn't actually see Nova there myself, but they get the pull on the invisible Nova and get the kill seconds after. That was some poor luck there. Maud going down as well. No team to assist her in the 1v3 in that area. Twilight Messiah coming out of Curb Stomp on Tassadar, giving him that bonus health, bonus attack damage, and area of effect on his auto attacks. Now, those 3 here are in the underground, are going to take down this Grave Golem. 44 skulls already collected. This is going to be a 64 if they do manage to get all of the Grave Golems from this ability. Tyrande taking down the smaller groups, going to help in the assisting of the collection. Sieara does get hit by that stun, however, the Grave Golem is going to fall. No enemies here to contest this time. They are going to be able to capture almost all the skulls on this round. On the minimap, you can see Tyrande for the enemy team has come in, just peeking in a little bit. Time Warp from Tassadar, going to keep her pushed away. However, she is mounted, and Turtle is trying to pursue. Oh, but she took away her mount, tried to back, thinking she was going to be safe. She's going invisible now, using that trait on her heel. A hook from Sieara just out of range. Time Warp coming out as well, going to make her slowed, and she doesn't manage to get out of the underground alive. Skulls have been all collected now. 72 skulls, 228. Again, we're going to have a significantly stronger Grave Golem for the blue team, and these Grave Golems are going to spawn where they previously died. You can see those big kind of shimmering symbols on the minimap. Those are where the Grave Golems are going to spawn. Looks like Kerrigan in the middle, trying to fight someone right now. Sieara, however, deciding to push this top lane with Curb Stomp. Kerrigan does end up dying on the blue team. Bit of an issue there, but she won't be able to be up for this push, so that could be a little awkward. Nova said that she will defend with the assistance of Tyrande in that top lane. Sieara going to push back these minions and possibly get some good damage on these structures as well, putting pressure on both the top and the bottom lane, while the Grave Golem will be pushing in this bottom lane. Looks like Tassadar is in the vicinity, probably taking a mercenary camp before going down to support their Grave Golem in the bottom lane, and the red team's Grave Golem actually has already fallen. You You can really see the difference it makes in the strength of the Grave Golems, with all 5 members of the red team now trying to push back that Grave Golem in the bottom lane, giving Sieara complete free roam in this top lane to get good damage on these structures. She might be able to push down multiple structures in this top lane. Tassadar going down to support their Grave Golem, who is now under half health. Sieara just completely ignoring the turrets right now, noticing they are almost out of ammo, so they won't be able to do too much more damage to her. Nova on Turtle has come up as well, gonna push down. Now both turrets are out of ammunition. Curb Stomp has somehow arrived behind enemy lines. Not quite sure how that happened, taking some turret damage, but they do get the structures down, so he is able to walk on out of there. Sieara has now traded her smash ability, that giant cone ability. Ultimate coming up to Ronda, doing damage and slowing all enemies in that red field. And Sieara having her short stun on her slam. Trance jumps in, however, in a 1v4 situation. Does get gorged, actually, by Sieara. Currently inside the stomach. Now gets knocked out right behind with a 1v4 situation. It's an easy kill for the blue team. But gorged. Sieara has been gorged as well by the enemy Stitches. The stun from Tronda is going to miss, however. Good stun coming out. Triple tap onto Sneaky Peanut. Oh, good job getting that kill on Sneaky Peanut. Two heroes, 3 heroes actually have fallen for the red team. And Kerrigan now has spawned again for the blue team, so all 5 heroes for the blue team are currently alive. Pushing into this top lane, they're probably going to be able to take this fort. A few of them are a little low on health, but the heroic ability is already coming out of both Tyrande and Stitches. There's not very much they can do to actually push this back. Evil coming out of the enemy Tyrande, doing a bit of damage, but not too much. Stun coming out is going to land, but Sieara being so tanky on that fighter Stitches, there's just not very much Tyrande can do, specifically to him, to really try to push him out. Fort has gone down in this top lane, for the bottom lane as well. Siege Mercenaries come in as well to assist in the push. A few seconds, however, left before the enemy team is going to be spawning. This could be game, however, depending on how aggressively the blue team wants to push this. Kerrigan has arrived, so all 5 people for the blue team are now here. Almost full health as well. Tyranda's passive combat trait helping to keep them alive by hitting the same target as her auto attacks, healing. Pull in on Stinky Peanut from Sieara, doing a little bit of damage, brings it down to about a 3rd health. Trance coming in, however, doing a little spin ability, however, not being able to do any damage. Ultimate coming out of Kerrigan, and they do actually take down the enemy fort, the enemy palace. Good game from both teams, but the superior objective control from the blue team allowed them to push multiple objectives, to have more presence throughout more of the map, and allowed them to pick up this win. Good game from both teams, and I will see you guys next time.